23.
Alright, this is the 2025 Tough Like Rorr Saturday Qualifier. And we're off. Now, sadly, I had to start right in front of a little mud hole. And I pretty much get last off the start. Not the start I'm looking for. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you would know that one of my last videos was the 2024 Tough Like Rorr Qualifier. And it's been a whole year since that, so I'm slacking on it. So last year, I barely didn't make the main event. So this year, I was fairly confident that I could make it. So I'm just taking this race really chill, really easy, saving my energy for the main event tomorrow. Now, I realize that was a huge mistake because I started in the second to last row. I got stuck in every bottleneck possible for the main event. Although now, thinking about it, I don't think I could have gotten any faster because I was extremely tired in this qualifier race. I don't know if it was the nerves I had for this race or the fact that I took all my clickers and made my bike super soft, but I felt like I was riding horrible throughout this whole qualifier race. Like, I was getting arm pumped immediately. Like, already here, my arms started hurting. It was definitely a mistake making my bike this soft because I felt like I was riding a marshmallow. So half of my row was B vet and B guys because I wasn't even sure if I was going to come to this race, so I signed up very late, and that made me start in the very back of my class. Not that it matters because this is all time adjusted, but later on you can see that I get stuck behind a lot of people on some of these hills. So now we get into our first rocky section, and I am squeezing this handlebars. I don't want to let go of this bike. So I'm getting immense arm pump right now. I think now is a good time to say, you guys should like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like the video, comment down below. And if you don't like the video, tell me why. This is my second time doing one of these voiceover videos, so if you have any tips, let me know. Shout out to this guy for letting me pass. But then I get a little squirrely on this downhill and I almost fall. And he didn't pass me. Alright, at this point I'm feeling like I'm going a little too slow, so I'm thinking I gotta open the throttle up a little bit, you know. So last year they used this area as like a warm-up right before the qualifier. So we did like a whole bunch of laps in this, and I remember falling right here, just like I did. I did the same thing last year, and I did the same thing this year. So now I'm all flustered and my heart rate spiked because I had to pick up my bike. And, oh man, this is not a good start to this qualifier. Looking at the results right now, I finished 116th. And the cutoff is 120th, so I was 4 people away from having to go to the LCQ, which is way too close to comfort. One great thing about being in the B class is that you're not gonna find these bottlenecks like how the C class finds. Like this area like this, I'm sure when the C guys came through, there was a whole bunch of people stuck there. So I see this little rock that can go over it, and I lose all my speed right before it, and I fall down like a total noob. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, these guys let me through. We are only a couple minutes into this qualifier, and I've already fallen twice. It may not look like it, but all this dirt is super slippery. And having to send this little log right next to that tree. Ooh, scary stuff, man. Alright, so I went around this guy and I thought I made a bad decision. But then he just stops in the middle of the track and lets me through. So, you know, ended up being the right decision. So now I get stuck behind this guy, and he passes me back. And then right there to the left is Jaime Aureo. He came all the way from the Dominican Republic. He ended up taking first place in the B vet today, tomorrow on the main event, and on Monday in the lock and loaded race. Alright, coming into this hill, and this guy just stops in the middle of the track, and I almost hit him. I lose all my speed that I had for this hill. And of course, I come to this left, and it's slippery, and I get stuck. This is the second time that I pass this rider and he passes me back because I made some stupid mistake. I thought at the top of this hill we go straight. I didn't see the sign that said to go to the right, and then I let another rider pass by me. In this race, there was a lot of trees like that where you couldn't make it through if you had the bark busters on. I remember from last year's qualifier, I got really stuck over here in this rock garden. I fell into a hole. And this year, you'd think I would know better and not fall in the same hole. But you'll see coming up, I fall in the same hole. This is where I made the mistake. I went left, when I should have just went right, and I get my bike stuck in this hole. Oh my! And everybody starts passing me. Now I got my bike completely vertical, with the rear tire stuck in between two rocks, and I can't turn the bike around. So I just have to just throw my bike and just slide it up and drag it down. For these races, I just need to learn to relax and look at the lines before I take them, because I am not making the correct decisions. Like, look at this line. I could have just went to the right and I would have made it straight through, but then I decided to go left. You can hear me starting to breathe a little heavier now, because this is a workout, having to push this bike up this. Now I'm coming into the first big hill. Now I'm thinking to myself, alright, relax, scope out a line, and just take it easy. Although you can't tell from this view, but this hill is absolutely filled with people. There's no straight shot up. I had a good run going there, but then this tire hooked up and threw me off the back of the bike. I think now's a good time to mention what tire I'm running. I'm running the IRC JX8 paired with a tubeless. I mean, look at this guy. He just hit me with the block pass. Killed my momentum. Now, I'm looking at everybody trying to side hill, but I'm fairly confident I can make it straight up this. Alright, I just need to take a little breather here, and I'm ready to go. Except, I wasn't ready to go. I didn't make it anywhere. You know, I could cut up this video and make it seem like I'm the best rider in the world and I just made it up. But I think it's good to show the struggles that one goes through in these big hills. Thankfully, one of the club members pointed out a bailout line right here.
Okay, I got that.
And now I made it up this hill and I only lost 10 minutes. And right here I make another stupid line choice of going left instead of right. I should have just turned around right there and made it to the right, but I decided to continue this way to nothing. For some reason, my Apple Watch started dialing 911. It thinks that I fell or something. I don't know why it would think that. I definitely didn't cut out me falling.
What am I doing?
I'm glad I acknowledged it in the moment, because what was I really doing? No, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna help this guy out, but then he just said my name, and I don't know. I didn't know him. I don't know how he got my name. Kind of freaked me out. But then I was thinking to myself, wait, I have my name on the front of my bike and on the side of my helmet. Like, oh shoot. I was thinking of going around this guy, but then I see the guy stuck on the left. So I said, you know, I'll just wait and go up this middle line. And I get a good run at it, but then my feet come off the peg and I just fall down.
Where do you want to go, here or there? Yeah.
Alright, right here is the weirdest little section. You gotta stay to the right or else you'll fall off, but then your pegs get caught on that tree. That's like a whole balancing act. Alright, now I'm coming into the second checkpoint, and I'm currently in 11th place in the B class. Which isn't great, and it's not what I was expecting, but it's okay, because I'm making the main event, which is what is important. By this point, all technique has been thrown out the window. I'm already super tired. I am just riding the clutch on this bike. You see, right here, it doesn't look bad on video, but that is a straight up wall, and I want to see who went that way. You see, I saw the club workers up there, and I thought to myself, oh man, this is going to be a pretty bad hill. So, let me set myself up and get a good run at it. But then, it wasn't really that bad. Right here in this section, I tried to clear in one swoop, and I completely butchered it. I'm not even going to show you guys. It was so embarrassing. You can see here, I'm already experiencing fatigue and arm pump, having a hard time keeping the bike still. So at this point in the video, I'm having trouble trying to figure out what I should talk about. So I asked my brother, he said, I should talk about some personal stuff here. I don't know if you guys want to hear that, but give a shot at it. So here's some personal information here. So at the time of this video, I'm 19 years old. I'm now 20. I've only been riding for like 2-3 years. Hey, I just told the guy I was tired. Shows you how tired I was. So this is my second hard enduro. The first one being last year's Keystone Challenge, where I did Tough Like Rorr, but I didn't make the main event. And I did the Locked and Loaded, and I finished like 4th, 5th in the C class? I'm not too sure. So this is one of the only sections where they allowed spectating in. Man, I was feeling the spectators there. I was feeling that pressure of doing good. Up ahead is another checkpoint, which makes this the second checkpoint, and the other one the first checkpoint. I got them a little confused. I'm still running in 11th place in the B class, and I stay that way to the very end. Here I get caught up on this hill, and I just let go of the bike. So I was falling back. It's moments like this where I have to remember that a lot of the times the pros get off their bike and push their bikes up hills to save energy and time. And I gotta remember that. Well, that's what I ended up doing, and look how easy that was. I just made it up right away because all I needed was a little push. This may not look like much here, but last year there was a huge bottleneck right here. And I remember taking that middle line right there and making it straight up and through. And I just wanted to show that because I was kind of proud that I did it. Alright, now we're coming into the last tough section of this race. And this is just not the same without the spectators like last year. Last year we had this whole area lined up with spectators, cheering you on, giving you water, telling you which way to go. This year we got none of that. In this LCQ, we are going downhill instead of uphill, like in the main event. This way is much easier, but it's still a challenge. these Rorr people really know how to put on a race, because right when you're tired and ready to give up, at the end of the race, they throw you the hardest sections they can find. You know, I'm pretty sure the event organizers moved a bunch of the rocks, because I remember last year, I came through here much easier. Alright, now we're finally done with all these rocks. From here, just smooth sailing to the finish line. Right there, I had a couple of friends telling me that the finish line's right there and that I only got a couple minutes left. You know, sometimes I'm glad they didn't allow the spectators, because I think I would die of embarrassment if people saw this and recorded me. But then again, I'm showing it now on camera. Alright, now we're coming to the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the main event coming soon.